You're watching IntoWineTV, and we're in Napa at Crushpad. And we're going to be tasting a barrel sample today from SonkinCellars. It's the 2009 Persona. And we have a very exciting new situation here with the winemaker right beside me, Loren Sonkin. So, welcome, Loren.
Thank you.
Tell us about your wine.
Well, it's a little different. We make our wine at Crushpad, and one of the reasons we wanted to is because we had a vision in mind of what type of Syrah we wanted to make. We chose Crushpad because they have great vineyards, especially for Syrah vineyards. And one of the things that we're doing that's a little unique is we're taking different vineyards from different parts of California, and we're blending them in the hope that it achieves some kind of synergy that you wouldn't get from the single vineyards. Most wines today are going after that singular expression of terroir to capture what an individual plot of land has to offer. Our thought was a little different. The downside of it is we will label this wine. This wine won't be released till spring of 2011. But this is our final blend, what will be our final blend. And so what we try to do is take some Whitehawk vineyard from Santa Barbara, which is a great vineyard. It has really robust fruit, big blackberry fruit, just one of those heavy fruit Syrah vineyards, and combine it with a little bit of Alder Springs vineyard, which is up in Mendocino, and provides a lot of structure for the wine. And also because of the lower alcohols, it lowers the alcohol of the Whitehawk fruit. It's predominantly Whitehawk fruit, but there's enough of the Alder Springs. In our opinion, this is the wine that we wanted to make. We're really happy with how it turned out so far. And we really like the fact that at Crushpad you can play with this. First of all, we could never get this fruit if we didn't go through Crushpad. Both of those vineyards we wouldn't be able to touch. They're all sold out on long-term contracts. Second of all, anybody who's paying the prices for that fruit, most people wouldn't want to take the chance. They'd want to put Whitehawk on the label or Alder Springs on the label. So we're real happy with how it turned out. We're real happy with how Crushpad is doing it. And you know, the final proof, of course, will be next year. But I am curious what both of you think about the wine.
Can you just clarify on your notes? You say it says 2% Viognier, and then
yeah, that's a typo down there.
So
it's about 2% Viognier that was added at fermentation just to increase the aromatics a little bit and stabilize the color. It's a really deep, dark color.
It's a bit of a relief to me that I think it's a good wine, because I would be totally honest. Even if you're sitting next to me, I wouldn't hold any punches back.
Yeah, me either.
And yes, so it's lucky because I don't want to get punched. But luckily, I think this is superb. I think that it has a very deep color, very intense, almost opaque in color. Very, very impressive color. Of course, we're jumping from Syrah to Pinot Noirs to Syrah now, so the color jump is very contrasting. On the nose, it's huge. It's got huge fruit. It's very big, massive, but it's also elegant. And on the palate, very big wine. It's very tannic, even for this age. If it's still in wood, I assume it's going to get even more tannic.
It's these 1/3 new oak, which actually is a really interesting point that Crushpad does. The way you can, even if you make one barrel, you can do 1/3 new oak. They take the barrels apart and put them back together using 1/3, every third stave is new oak, and then the other two are used oak. So you can have 1/3 new oak even if you only make one barrel.
Very interesting. That's a lot of work. Big, intense, concentrated. I think it's going to be interesting to taste when it's bottled, but well done.
Thanks.
I'd like to hear more about the process here at Crushpad and how do you get started and how long does it take and what are all the different steps?
Well, we came out and we visited Crushpad before we're going to write a check for it, and then once you decide you want to go forward, first you have to decide if you want to do commercial or just for yourself. But either way, you in the spring of the year you'll pick which vineyards you would like, and your cost is per barrel. And it's based on the varietal and the vineyard that you want to take, and the prices range, I don't know, anywhere from $3,000 for some white wines up to over $10,000, I think, for some of the Cabernet per barrel. And then that's pretty much all-inclusive if you just want to make the wine, and then if you want them to handle the commercial aspects for you, the licensing, the bonding, all that, there's an added fee onto that. but they'll help you with everything. They'll help you with the label design if you want, website design. This is not our final label. So they're great about working with you.
And can you get involved in other parts of the process? Let's say if you want to come out here to Crushpad and stomp grapes, for example.
Sure. Well, they don't stomp, but yeah, you can. You can come out for sorting. You can come out for crush. You can come out for bottling. And lots of people, especially if they live close by, have big parties where they invite all their friends out. We bottle next spring, and we're all, I have a few partners in this, and we're all bringing our families out. And we're all planning to come out for bottling. It's a little more difficult to come out for sorting because you don't know, if you live far away, you don't know exactly when the grapes will be ripe and come in. But once they're in, then they cold soak for a while, and when they're finally crushed and put into barrel, you can plan for that. So I've come out for that.
When you say they don't stomp, if you wanted to tread the grapes, what would stop you?
I suppose you could. I don't know, I never asked.
I would like to do that one day.
Do the Lucy
but I can't
show
do it here, can I?
Well, maybe they would let you. I don't know. It's a good question. I'll find out for you. Yep.
Well, I'll be anxious to try this when it comes out. Next fall is when it will be bottled?
Spring.
Next spring. Excellent. Yeah, it's very, I really like it. As I mentioned when we first opened the bottle, it's different from anything I've tasted. It's a very unique blend, but in a very positive way. I really like what I'm tasting so far. And I'm a big fan of Viognier, so I can pick up on that small percentage that you've added there, and adds a really nice flair.
Good.
Very good. Well, we hope next spring you'll try the SonkinCellars 2009 Persona, and perhaps you can check out Crushpad, and maybe you want to make your own wine sometime. And definitely come to IntoWineTV again to see what we're featuring next. See you next time. Thanks.